Hi everyone. Today I'm hunting a bag of Canadian pennies. Over the last year, I have acquired 8 boxes and 2 bags of Canadian pennies from my local area banks for a total of $250 worth of pennies. For those of you that don't know, Canada no longer mints the 1-cent coin. They stopped production in 2012 and they are no longer used in Canada. So getting these boxes was a stroke of luck and being very nice to my local bank tellers. So this is a $25 bag of Canadian 1-cent coins and number 2 of 10. I have never hunted a bag of coins before. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in the middle and take out a few at a time and hopefully not make a mess. I'm keeping track of the boxes. For those of you that haven't seen box 1, there were no King George V's. There were 4 King George VI, 8 1950s of Queen Elizabeth, 5 Centennial pennies of 1967, 2 U.S. wheat cents, 3 2009 U.S. coins, and I left some blank spots in case I find something else interesting in any of the other boxes. And the predominant era of box 1 was 80s and 90s. Those were the most pennies I found in that particular box. And then the oddity of the box was the plastic penny, which I found out is worth nothing. It's just a toy. So that was disappointing. But I'll keep track of all what I find in each box, and then I'll have a total at the end. So in this bag, I'm hoping to find older Canadian pennies, American wheat cents, and hopefully some interesting foreign coins or some other oddities. So let's get into it. Okay, I've brought you back in because I found my second U.S. wheat cent, and I've been taking out handfuls. I was going to finish this handful because I had found one wheat cent, but before I finished it, I found a second one, and it's a 1935, I believe. Yep, 1935, and this one is a bit dirty, but it's a 1950. I'll show you these under the scope. Okay, this is the 1935. Pretty good shape. That's the first one. Not bad. And the second one is the 1950. It's got a bit of a smudge. I believe they're both Philadelphia. I don't see any mint marks. So, pretty good. Very nice. So that was 2 wheat cents. I'm just going to finish the last of the coins in my hand here. It's really nice 71. It's a bit colored, but it's really a nice shape. I'll show you this one under the scope. Let me finish what I have in my hands, though. 2000. Right. I actually found a couple of 1970s that are in really good shape. I'll show you these under the scope. Okay, this is the first one. It's a 1971. Pretty good shape. It's not bad. And then there's a 1979. A bit better shape. And the last one is in 1976. Much better shape than the other two. Pretty good. The oldest Canadian I found so far is the 1958. And that's this one here. So the oldest coin so far is the 1935 US coin. And the oldest Canadian is a 1958 so far. I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Okay, I've brought you back in. It's the very next handful that I took. It was the second last coin. It's another wheat cent. I haven't turned it around yet. And we'll see what it is. It's a 1951 Denver. I'll show you this under the scope. Okay, here it is. It's a 1951 Denver. Not bad. This is number 3 for the bag so far. One better than box number 1. So hopefully we'll get some more old coins out of this bag. I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Hi, I brought you back in. I'm roughly halfway through the bag. It's almost finished, but I need to change this container. Nothing of much note. I did find another 1950s Queen Elizabeth coin. It's a 1958. It's actually another 1958, so I have two 58s. I found a coin that I guess got mangled. I can show you this under the scope. It's not much, but it's something interesting. Here's that coin that got mangled. Looks like it's a 1980s, from what I can see from the date. But it looks like it got pinched by something. Which is kind of neat. Found a couple of more BU coins. I can show you those under the scope. This is a 1980. It's really nice. And I think the oldest one got a bunch of 70s and another 80, a couple of 80s. And the 1970 is the oldest. I'll show you that one. It's pretty nice. And that's it so far. I've got the 3 Wheaties, the mangled one, a couple of 1950s, and some BU coins. I'll get cleaned up, get an empty container, and bring you back in if I find anything else. Hi, I brought you back in. I found another wheat set. I haven't turned it over yet. We'll see what it is. It's a 1956 Denver. Awesome. I'll show you this under the scope. Here it is. Very cool. So this is my 4th Wheatie in the bag. So far, I've been really disappointed with this bag. Besides the 4 wheat cents, I haven't found much. They're mostly 2000 coins, so 2000 to 2012. There's a few BU coins. I found another 1975 Canadian that's in really nice shape. So I'll be keeping that one for sure, putting it in a flip. But so far this bag is not as nice as the first box. I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Okay, I brought you back in. Just going through what's in my hand, I found a King George the VI my first King George VI. Wish it was in better shape. There's a lot of greening around it, but I haven't turned it around yet. It's an old one because he's still the Emperor of India. It's a 1941. Awesome. I'll show you this under the scope. Here it is, 1941. My first really old Canadian, my first King George VI out of this bag, which is awesome. But it's got some of the green going. A lot of dirty coins in this bag. I'll see what else is in this roll. My hand. Getting used to this bag hunting rather than box hunting. Thankfully, I only have one more bag. Hopefully, it gives me better. There's nothing else in that handful. I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Okay, I brought you back in. This is a couple of handfuls after the last time. I was sorting out the coins, and the first one that popped up was another King George VI. It's a 1947. I'll show you this under the scope. It goes back in there. There it is. 1947. Cool. There's more of that green. Darn it. Oh well. So that's the second. There's the first one. It's the second King George VI for the bag. Awesome. I'll bring you back in if I find anything else. Okay, I brought you back in. This is the wrap-up. Not a very nice coin hunt. Quite disappointing, actually. But thankfully I only have one more bag, and hopefully the other boxes are better. So for the 2000s, I think this was predominantly what was in the bag. These are all the 2000 to 2012. And then these are the 80s and 90s. So these are completely zinc, and these are partial copper, partial zinc. I'll have to go through these and pick them out afterwards. So that was the majority of the bag. There were a couple of finds. Thankfully, there were 4 wheat cents. So we ended up with 4 of those. 2 King George VI. 2 young Queen Elizabeths. They're both 1958s. There were a couple of more BU Canadian coins. I'll show you these under the scope. I haven't shown these to you yet. This is a 1980. Really nice coin. And then this one is a 1968. So there were a few nice coins in the box. Yeah, keep calling it a box. It's a bag. Not used to hunting bags. So those were that. There was the one odd coin that looked like it got smushed. And I'll bring you back in here. Sorry about that. The 1985s, probably about 30 of them. And again, once again, I'm looking for the blunt versus the pointed 5 in the 1985s. A few more 60s and 70s. So that wasn't too bad. There's quite a few of those in there. And then move these over. There were a bunch of nice coins, nice VU coins, and there were a couple of nasty coins in the box, in the bag. Bag, not box. So used to hunting boxes, not bags. But yeah, and there were a few Americans, but they were really a lot of them were in really poor condition. So not the greatest, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like the new setup. I hope this works better for you, and I'm also practicing improving my audio. So I hope I'm getting better with each video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like it enough to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.